Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are back, y'all. We are back for season 2 of Never Ever Mets. I hope you guys will join me this season for this returning show, I should say. This is season 2. We watched season 1, and yes, it was some foolery and foolishness. It really was. But you know what? It was entertaining. We can't always be serious. Every once in a while, we got to throw in some foolishness and foolery. And that's exactly what we're going to do here with reviewing this series. And it's back, and it looks like it's going to guarantee some foolishness and foolery. But I should say, you know what? They really need to just call this a public service announcement. This really isn't a reality TV show. This is a public service announcement to tell everyone, listen, if you are online with someone for months on end, years on end, let this be a lesson to you. You're not in a relationship, you're in a fantasy, okay? And that's fine. That's fine. If you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. But what you shouldn't call it is a relationship. It's a fantasy because you really, you're not in a relationship. Relationships have to happen in person. Because that's when you really figure out whether you like a person. And that's what this show is about. It's about taking an online relationship from online to real life. And we can see from some of the previews and also this episode here, there's a whole lot of lying that goes on online. There's a whole lot of lying. That's why I am retitling this show, We Both Lying. We both are lying because we got some big secrets already revealed on season 1. One lady, her name is Charlie, done got up here and told us, when I told you I was having hernia surgery, what I was really having was a whole baby. And the lie gets worse. It gets worse, y'all. But we're going to talk about how the lie gets worse. We're going to talk about all these different couples. We're going to talk about Country Christopher being on this show after being on Ready Love. Where is Maya, Country Christopher? Where is Maya? And if any of you were wondering why I call him Country Christopher, because he was originally on Ready to Love. And when he was on Ready to Love, there were 2 Chris's, one from Nigeria and this fella, Chris. And I call the one from Nigeria Najee Chris, the king, the prince. And Christopher here, I called him Country Christopher. So, after Ready to Love, he went and hooked up with another lady from another season. Her name was Maya. And what I'm wondering is, where's Maya? Where is Maya, Country Christopher? Christopher's date, girlfriend, online relationship is with a lady named Alexis. And Alexis asked Christopher, am I your type now that you've seen me? Girl, we're now figuring out that Country Christopher's type is any lady on a dating show. If you on a dating show, Country Christopher's type. It doesn't seem like he has any other criteria but whether you on a dating show or not. Country Christopher, we see you now. We see you. Then we got the lying couple, Jared and Charlie. Jared from South Carolina, Charlie from Dallas, Texas. And Charlie done brought a big old lie to California because that's where they filming this. They filming this in California, LA, my hometown. And both of them got on the planes with a big old lie because I think Jared is lying too. And we got to figure out what Jared is lying about, or they just going to tell us. Then we got Kiki. Kiki, do you love me? From Drake. She from Atlanta, Georgia. Kiki, do you love me? She hooking up with Brandon from Alabama. We got a Bama boy. And we're going to have to talk about their date. Tatiana, 31. She from LA, representing my hometown, Los Angeles. Don't disappoint me, Tatiana. Don't disappoint me. Don't let me have to find you in the streets of LA. Come through and represent LA well. She is in an online relationship with, I don't know what his name is, Chlamydia, Curvassier. I don't know. He from Georgia, though. It may take me all season to get his name right. We got Cinco from Atlanta, Georgia. He is hooking up with Jay. They are the 2 Mr. and Mrs. NBA, WNBA, because they tall. They are very, very tall. We got Brittany, 40. And Ty's also from LA. Don't disappoint me, Ty. Something tells me though Ty might disappoint me. I don't know. But we're gonna have to keep our eye on him. And then lastly, we got Alicia, 36, from Pennsylvania, and she is dating Irvin, who is Haitian. So there we go. That's gonna be our lineup. That's who we're gonna talk about this episode and for the whole season long. But we're gonna get into it because I got some things to say about these couples already. Yep, already I got some things to say. But before we get into that, I gotta play my introduction video. During this time, please, everyone, please take a moment to like my video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to drop down in the comment and let me know what you think about the couples. Do you have a favorite? Do you not have a favorite? I don't know. None of them look like they're going to make it. But hey, we might be pleasantly surprised. Let's stay optimistic. I'm going to stay optimistic and encouraged. But anyway, I'll be right back. Don't forget to like the video. See you in a minute. Okay, we are back, y'all. We are back. And of course, we got to start off talking right away. Right up front, we got to talk about the liars. Yep, and I said it with the plural, the liars. This is the woman that has dated a man online for over 4.5 years. And during that 4.5 years, y'all, most recently, she had a baby that's a month old. So y'all was talking online and she was pregnant the whole time. So y'all was talking online and she was dating somebody else, not dating somebody else, sleeping with somebody else. Because according to Charlie, she and Jared went to high school together, but they didn't really know each other. They didn't hang out with each other. And I guess he didn't really check for her in high school because she must didn't have that booty she got now. Because all of a sudden now, Jared is loving that booty. The minute he sees her, he says, "Let me see your booty." So Charlie must have got that booty after high school. I'm not saying she bought it. That's not what I'm saying. It might have developed over time after these kids she done had. Because first of all, when she tells Jared, "I got a secret to tell you," she tells Jared, remember when I was in the hospital having hernia surgery, where it wasn't hernia, it was a whole baby. And then she tells us what had happened was, Jared and I were, met each other online. She slid into his DMs. Later on we find out she slid on a penis of another man. But hey, she loves sliding. She loves sliding, but she slid into his DMs. And, their schedules just haven't lined up to meet in person. Well, of course your schedule don't line up if you're 9 months pregnant. How's your schedule ever gonna line up? Woo! So she said anyway, we started having a little less communication, not 2 and 3 or every day, but a couple of times a week. So I just figured, Jared was doing his own thing out there, wilding out, seeing other people. So, hey, I got a little funky about it. So I decided to go on over here, and instead of sliding in the DMs of a man, I just decided to slide on his penis. I wasn't in a relationship with the man. I didn't really know him. I just loved sliding. And so I slid on his penis, and then his sperm slid on the side of me, and it created a sliding baby. And now I got a sliding baby after a one night stand, a one pop. Girl, you need to slide on here out with that lie. Slide on out of here with that lie, because if you want me to believe that's how it went down, girl, you was doing a whole lot more than one slip and slide. This was not one slip and slide. Let me tell you something. Then she comes to confess, and that's something else I got to tell you, Jared. I don't just have one baby. What she said is, I got 4. She said she had 4, but then she said she had a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. So she was slipping and sliding 5 years ago and 7 years ago. But I was like, well, where's the 4th one? All that sliding and she can't count. She said she had 4 kids, but she only mentioned 2 of their names. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe her memory is sliding away too. But my thing is this. How the heck did Jared didn't know that she was pregnant? And what he said was the whole time for the last 9 months, all he saw her was from the head up. A head up. Let me tell you something. The only person who doesn't ask any questions is the same person who doesn't want you to ask them questions. Let me tell you something. If you ever have a big secret that you really think you hiding and you're still wondering, man, I guess I'm getting over on this person. I wonder why this person isn't asking me questions. They're not asking you questions not because you're such a good liar. They're not asking you questions because they don't want you to ask them questions too. So Miss Charlie, it should have been a red flag when the man you was online dating, like I said, a fantasy, for 9 months, 4.5 years, never wanted to see you and never wanted to see you from the neck down. Because you know what? Jared got a secret too. And y'all, what is his secret? Does he have some babies? Is Jared fluid? Because I might be seeing some fluidity in Jared. Some fluidity. We talking about sliding and slipping and sliding and everything. I might see some fluid slipping and sliding in Jared. I'm not going to say nothing, but I'm just kind of seeing it. Soon as Charlie walked up in here, she said she needed a glass of wine. She drinking wine every time you turn around. Girl, aren't you still pumping for that 1-month-old? How you drinking and pumping at the same exact time? Now you're going to have wine sliding into the baby's breast milk. Ooh, this girl, she is reckless. I told y'all it was going to be some foolishness and foolery. And right out the gate, we got a couple who is bringing some foolishness and foolery. And this girl is up here pumping while drinking a glass of wine. This is foolish. Well, I guess next week we're going to find out what Jared's lie is and what his full reaction is to Charlie's lie. But the fact that he's sticking around, that must mean his lie is just as bad or worse. I already can feel it. His lie is going to be just as bad or worse. And so the next couple we're going to talk about Cinco and Jay. Like I said, they the two trees. They the two WNBA, NBA All-Stars. And first off, I knew something was up because at first they introduced all the ladies to the house. And then next thing you know, Cinco came through and we're like, what is this about? First, I thought they was trying to tell us that Cinco gonna be the woman. Like, like we about to have an LGBTQIA, I don't know, couple up in here because they were obviously trying to classify Cinco as the female in the relationship. That's just what I picked up, y'all. I don't know. Maybe I was reading too much between the lines. But then next thing you know, we see Jay and she rolls up. And when I saw Jay and I started to get a little whiff of her personality, I said, oh yeah, she going to try to punk Cinco. She going to try to run over Cinco. I already see it. Jay already, from what I'm seeing, got a wall up as tall as her. How tall is Jay? Jay about 6'3", because she wanted to make sure Cinco was 6'7", and she not that much shorter than him, so she definitely tall. And let me tell you, the wall I see with Jay is as tall as she is. She got at least, it may be taller than Cinco and her put together. She may have at least a 14-foot wall. I'm seeing it form already because I've seen a few little clips. I saw her riding in that car with Jay when they were coming back from their basketball date. That's what she planned, so she could possibly try to beat him in basketball. These women, women who love to compete with their man and, beat their man in basketball and in sports and show them what they working with and show them how they superior. I don't know. I guess they kind of trying to show off. Are they trying to impress the man? I don't know what it is, y'all, but it ain't sexy. It is not sexy, Jay. But anyway, when I saw her riding in the car with Cinco with her back turned as she was looking out the window, I was like, this girl. We're going to have to figure it out, Jay. We're going to have to figure out what's going on with you. She nervous, all right. And I don't think you meet that many 6'7" men, Jay. So you might, if that's what you're looking for out here, you might want to loosen up a bit. Just a little bit. That's what I'm saying. But then Jay surprised me. I was talking about her walls, talking about she going to have some walls up. But then all of a sudden, Jay said, Let's just go ahead and get this over with and figure out, do we work? And I was like, work what kind of way, Jay? And next thing I know, Jay was talking about insinuating that she wants to just go ahead and have sex right away to see if they even compatible. What, Jay? I thought you was going to have up a 15-foot wall. You already hopping in the shower together naked. You already going to do the wild thing. You already ready to go to the boom boom room. What, Jay? You are surprising me. I don't get it. I'm a little bit lost right now. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she don't have up a 14-foot wall. Maybe she don't have up no wall at all. I don't know. But I tell you what, she said, I ain't sleeping in the room with these women. They put her in a room, in a little dorm room, in a twin bed with a bunch of women. She says, I'm 6'3". How the heck I'm going to sleep in a twin bed? I'm not sleeping in no twin bed with no bunch of women. I'm marching right over here to Cinco's room because Cinco got a big old king size bed, and that's who I'm sleeping with. I'm going to shower with him. I'm going to sleep with him. I'm going to do everything, and I'm going to be like Charlie. I'm going to slide on in there. I'm going to let it slide on in there. I'm going to tell you all right now, I'm a bit confused with Jay. I am a bit confused. But you know me, if any of y'all been with me, I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out her personality, her demeanor, versus the fact that she's already ready to hop in the bed. Unless she about to dominate him in the bedroom, and this is another form of domination, then I'm going to get it. I'm like, I get it. I get it now. Are you about to exercise some power over Cinco? Let me figure out what Jay about to do with Cinco in the shower in the bedroom. Is this going to be a power move? Is this what it is? Is this letting him know I ain't scared? I ain't scared. Is this about I ain't scared? I ain't scared. I have no idea, but I'm telling you right now, I'm a bit confused, a bit confused. But as we move on, we got to talk about Brittany 40 and a Ty 38. And like I said, Brittany is from, where Brittany from? Houston, Texas. She from Houston, Texas. And we got Ty coming over here. And Ty is a LA man. He from LA. He 38 years old. And Brittany confused me too. She confused me too because she said she like an alpha male. That's what Brittany said. Brittany got a little baby. She got a 3-year-old son. So she not looking just for an online date, an online boyfriend. She want a male right in front of her because what she's saying is whatever man comes into her life is going to have to accept her son as his own. Now, I don't know if that means the father's nowhere around or it means, and so the father, and so the new stepdaddy got to fully step up or just love her son. But she says she ain't got no support system. So that kind of means she ain't got no man around. The baby daddy ain't around. And it's also telling me that she ain't got no mama around, no daddy around, no aunties, no cousins, nobody to help support her in raising this son. So Brittany, I'm gonna have to figure out why you ain't got no one around you. No one. Okay? Cause that's not right. Okay? You ain't got to get along with everyone. But when you can't get along with no one, that's a red flag. It is a red flag when you can't get along with anyone so that you can have someone in your life to support you. There's some work you need to do. There is some work you need to do when you have no one. And so Brittany's telling me she ain't got no support system, none whatsoever. Like I said, I was confused. Then next thing you know, Brittany said she likes alpha males. I said, okay, she want a leader. I guess she like these other ones. I want a leader. I want a protector. I want a provider. I want an alpha male. Okay, Brittany, alpha male wanting woman. But then she said she want a man that cooks for her and wakes up with breakfast prepared for her. Girl. You want an alpha male that is always willing to cook for you and always willing to wake up and cook you breakfast. Well, then when he going to be out in the world conquering the world? Because that's what alpha males like to do, right? Run the world. They like to lead, but you want him serving you. Girl, I know everybody out there, please, 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 just make sure whatever you want in life that it makes sense. Make it make sense. Like they say, the math ain't mathing. Make it make sense. Now, if you want an alpha male that knows how to cook, okay, girl, I'm good with it. If that's fine. You can expect that. That's nothing wrong with that. But if your expectations is to have an alpha male that's going to be running around serving you all the time on a consistent basis, he looking to be served. That's why he's calling himself an alpha male. He's saying, I run things. I'm priority. I'm alpha. Do y'all know what alpha means in the Greek letter alphabet? It's number one. He ain't saying he omega. Omega's last. Alpha's first. He said, I'm first. Maybe I'll do something for you after you do it for me. He said, I'm going to provide. I'm going to be the alpha male. I'm going to lead. But in return, you're going to have a whole lot you need to do for me. And girl, you know that's going to involve you cooking and also serving some breakfast. And not on no doggone paper plates either. Please, please. Brittany, so I'm confused with you too. Like I said, I'm confused with a lot of these people. Ty took Brittany parasailing, so she looks like she's adventurous. She didn't like, a lot of women would be afraid of that. So, that was good, Brittany. I like that about you, that you weren't afraid to take a risk. You were willing to go high up in the sky. And, she liked the way that Ty was holding her tight. They went parasailing. And she just want to make sure that Ty's going to be focused on these children because she's 40 years old. He 38. He ain't got no children. And she said, you need to be focused on the children. You need to be able to cook some breakfast and serve me in bed. And then you also need to be an alpha male. Girl, you might be as high up in them clouds as you was on that parasailing date you had on. Maybe the oxygen is getting to you up there. I don't know. But right now, Brittany, like I said, I'm a little bit confused. But you know what? Like the confusion didn't stop there because next thing you know, we got to know a little bit more about Kiki. Do you love me? And she is with Brandon. Now we find out that Kiki is a BBW model. Okay, Kiki. But I'm liking her confidence. I'm loving her confidence. And then when she saw Brandon, she goes, well, he is a little bit shorter than I like. Girl. But she says, I'm satisfied. And when Brandon saw her, he liked her too. He said he is satisfied because he likes BBW women too. And for the first date, Brandon decides to set up a photo shoot. I guess because he likes taking pictures of BBW women. Brandon, is this a fetish? Is this a fetish, Brandon? I sure hope this is not some kind of fetish, Brandon, because this is a weird first date. And it wouldn't have been weird if you were doing a photo shoot of just her clothes and you like to take photos and she's a model. I could get that. I could get with it, Brandon. But the whole lingerie first photo shoot, I'm with Kiki. Are you with me? Do you love me? Boy, why you got me assed up and assed out on the first date? Kiki, you should have said no. Kiki, you should have said no. Kiki, do you love me? You should have answered your own question and you should have said no. Because if you love me, you're not going to have me asked up and asked out on the first date on national TV. You're not going to do that to me, Brandon. So Brandon, is this a fetish? I don't know. I sure hope not, Brandon. I really hope that your love, your lust, your whatever you want to call it at this point, your desire is rooted in something good, because I just don't know why you put your girl out here like that. I really do not know. And Kiki says she gonna go along with it. She just gonna overlook it. But she didn't overlook it on her own. Kiki said, I need a glass of wine to overlook it. She said, pay me in liquor, because we're finding out that Kiki might have a little bit of a drinking problem. Just a little bit of a drinking problem. And Kiki said, I need another glass of wine to get through this lingerie photo shoot. And he said, are you a big drinker? And she said, I'm working on it, Brandon. I'm working on it. And he was like, what? That is not part of my fetish. What, Brandon? You don't want him drunk? You don't want them drunk so you can really take some wild pictures. That's not what you're looking for, Brandon. Brandon said, what do you mean? And Kiki said, listen, I don't need you to be the Prosecco police. She said, I don't need you to be the Prosecco police or the Riesling Wrangler. Woo, 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 woo. Kiki said, I'm working on it, Brandon, and you're going to need to work on it with me. And Brandon is looking a little scared. He said, I'm from Alabama. I'm from Alabama, and I'm not used to this. I don't know what's going on. So I guess we're going to figure out with Kiki, do you love me? What is going on with the alcohol? She and Charlie going to be over there turning up. But at least Kiki ain't got no baby inside. At least we don't think so. She could, and we may not know it. But we don't think she got a baby inside, and she ain't got no newborn. So I guess we're going to figure that out as we go along. But it looks like we may have some surprises in place for them. And then we also got to meet up and see a little bit of Irvin, who's 48 from Haiti, and Alicia, 36. And he said, Alicia is beautiful, beautiful. And he's like, yeah, I can get with this. I can get with this. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And he decided he was going to take her on a date to go dancing, learn a little bit about his Haitian dance, see if she could move them hips. If she's not too stiff. She was stiff. Boy, she was stiff. Where is Alicia from? I believe Alicia's from Pennsylvania. She is from Pennsylvania. So she says, I don't know nothing about this Haitian dance, and I don't even know what the Haitian dance is called. But it was too close for comfort for Alicia. This is too much closeness too soon for a first date. And so at first, she was like, when the dance instructor lady came in, and that dance instructor lady was looking sexy and cute, Alicia was like, who is this? Who is this woman? This ain't no throuple date. What is going on? He said, this is the dance instructor, Alicia. Calm down, girl. Calm down. She tended to loosen up a little bit, but not all the way. But in the end, she was satisfied with the date. She had a good time. She was surprised and impressed by Irvin. So right now, she looked like she entered to win it. She entered to win it, but then when we saw those previews, next thing you know, she looked like she was having some problems with Irvin. So we're going to see how that unfolds. Then we also saw some things going on with Tatiana. Tatiana's 31, and Courvoisier is 28 years old. And they was horseback riding in the hills of Malibu. And I said, oh, this must have been before all them fires, them wildfires, because you cannot go horseback riding up there anymore. And you definitely aren't going to be going up there for the wine and drinking eating no grapes. So good thing they got to see Malibu one last time in its original or most recent good condition, because it's going to be a while before it looked like that again. But, they was excited. They did something adventurous. They had a little picnic. He thought she was beautiful and she ambitious, both. Courvoisier, like, he beautiful and ambitious. He was feeding her grapes. He was trying to get a little kiss from her. And Tatiana was like, no, not right now. You think just because you took me horseback riding, gave me some wine and fed me some grapes, and all of a sudden you get access to these lips? Absolutely not, Tatiana said. Slow your roll. Slow your roll, brother. That's not the way we do it around here. We're going to need to take it a little bit slower. She said, but we can take some selfies together. And it was a little awkward moment. And it looked like Courvoisier already got his little feelings hurt just because she wouldn't give him a kiss. Dang, these men be expecting everything after a few hours of knowing you. How long has Courvoisier and Tatiana been even dating? I don't even remember how long. Let me see if I got it in my notes. Oh, they've been dating 8 months. So I guess he's saying, girl, we've been talking on the phone for 8 months. You should at least be able to give me a peck on the lips, maybe a peck on the cheek or something. She said she busy. She in school and she a mom. Tatiana may not even have no time for no real relationship. An online one is probably what she wants. When she first met the man, he said, "Where are you from, girl? Where are you from?" "I'm in Georgia." "Where are you from?" Tatiana said, "I'm from heaven." She said, "I'm your dream come true." Okay, Tatiana, the mom who's also in school that says, "I don't want to kiss you after knowing you for 8 months." Girl, she told Crevassier, "Dream a little longer. Dream about these lips a little longer because it ain't going to happen on the first date. It ain't happening." But last but not least, we got to meet Country Christopher, who's 35, and he's willing to date Alexis, who's 47. Do we believe it? Do really believe that Country Christopher is really here to date a 47-year-old woman? No, we don't believe it. Like I said, Alexis, 47 from Philly, she called herself 45. 45, because what Alexis says is she likes to date younger men. She's a cougar, whatever you want to call it, because she says men her age fall off. I guess she's saying they don't keep themselves up, they don't look good. And at first, when she's telling this story, all we see her is from the neck up. I mean, she's a good-looking woman, whatever you want to call it. But then next thing I know, we see her full body. And I'm thinking, girl, you act like you got the body of a 20-year-old. No, Alexis, you look all of 47. Girl, I don't know who's telling you you look a whole lot younger. You look all of 47. Your body look all of 47. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it, but I think you giving yourself way more points than you really should. And that might be interfering with your dating, because I think you ranking yourself way higher than you could. The reason why I know you 47, Alexis, is because when you went to meet Christopher at the beach, you couldn't even walk on that sand. That's a sign of a 47-year-old. That's a sign of a 47-year-old when you can't even walk on the sand. I don't care what kind of shoes you had on. The fact that you couldn't do it, the fact that your legs and your knees weren't strong enough to walk on the sands of the LA beaches tells me you 47, girl. So wake up, wake up, wake up. But that's okay, because Christopher is here for the ride. He is here to date you. And the minute they got on the date and she finally made it across the LA sand and she sat down, she said, "Don't you owe me an apology?" He may, because he owes us all an apology. Country Christopher owes us all an apology and an explanation, because we want to know, where the hell is Maya? And we also want to know, LaRon, did you double back to Maya, or did Maya double back to LaRon? Country Christopher, we got questions just like Alexis does, and we need some apologies and some explanations. But Country Christopher was apologizing for something else, because I guess there was a whole nother woman in between Maya and Alexis. So Alexis is asking Country Christopher to apologize for another woman who was in his hometown that he liked better, that was younger than him. Is that Maya? Is that Maya? Did Maya learn about Alexis? And that's why Maya ain't with Country Christopher? Good Lord, this is messy. This is very, very messy. But Country Christopher said, "You know what? I'm going to apologize to you, Alexis. I'm going to give you a public apology for being affiliated with another woman." Affiliated? Is that what you call it, Country Christopher? Affiliated? Is that another dating classification on these apps? I know we got dating, separated, divorce. It's complicated. Entanglement, situationships. Is Country Christopher coming up with a new title called Affiliated? Woo! Are men now telling women, "No, I'm not married, but I am affiliated. No, I'm not in a relationship, but I am affiliated"? I told y'all it was going to be some foolishness and foolery. And let me tell you, it is definitely foolish. It is definitely foolish. Alexis says, "Well, now that you see me, am I your type?" Yeah, you his type. His type is any woman who wants to be on TV with him. Any woman who's willing to be on TV with him is his type. Goodness, goodness. Well, the good thing is they bringing back that good therapist I liked last year. She was good. That woman was good last year. She was good. Thank goodness they are bringing her back this year so she can diagnose all this foolishness and foolery. And although none of these people may go away with a relationship, maybe they'll go away with some good advice, some good therapy from this woman. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the healing. I'm not going to be here for the dating, the marriages, the getting together. Nope. I'm here for the healing, y'all. Let there be some healing. But we see y'all next week. I will see y'all next week. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to drop down in my comments. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace. Bye.